let you start talking.
Okay.
Good. Wherever you think it's good for us to take.
Okay, so this is a continuation of the Q&A episode. We just went through mine, and we're going to do Colton's now. Colton's questions, those are awesome. I think I might have to pull up some, but I have some in my head that kind of equate to what you did. But I'm going to go ahead and start asking you some questions. You ready?
I'm ready, man.
Here we go.
Let's get it.
What is your favorite pastime with your brother, and why?
That's hard. Because we have a lot of good pastimes, like after we like graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take it back to us being kids. Favorite pastime was probably just sitting down at the dinner table and eating dinner together.
That's cool.
Either that or watching movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like where we built our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we like had our laughs. That's still like till this day, like we quote movies and have stupid inside jokes, and that was all built when we were kids. So that happened like watching movies, and then at the dinner table, that like really was like where we bonded, spent a lot of time together. He would eat my leftovers, like we would talk. Like those were definitely like some of the best. You think it would be like skiing, or you think it would be rock climbing together, but we really didn't get to do that stuff until later on in life. So kid wise, that's my favorite pastime with my brother, was those moments. That's just cool. Like growing up, me and him.
It's simple things.
Yeah, simple things.
What's your favorite follow-up? What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oof, that's hard. I love like quotable movies. Just anything that you can just quote back and forth with somebody and make stupid jokes. We've done it even at work here before. Gosh, man, there's so many good ones, but for some reason Caddyshack is like right there.
Really?
Yeah, it's such a good quotable movie. It's just one of those, like there's any like Adam Sandler movie, Will Ferrell, like any of those guys. Jim Carrey, oh my gosh. Now I'm starting to think even more. Jim Carrey's like any of his movies, like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite movie. There's no way I could pick.
Right.
There's no way. But anything that I could quote. Anything that I could just like quote and laugh. That is a huge part of my life if I think about it. Like hanging out with friends and all those things. It's like constantly like quoting movies. So
that's great.
That's comedies that you can quote.
Those are the best movies.
Yeah.
Fun fact of mine, never seen Caddyshack. I should though.
Let's watch, dude. If you ever watch it, we're watching it together.
Okay.
Because it's great.
What did you want to be when you were a kid, and why? Did anything like bring you to the idea that you wanted to be that as a kid?
Let's see. When I was a kid, I think the first thing that I wanted to do is be a geologist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I was really into like finding minerals or just like crystals or you name it, you know. I was really big into like rocks and different types of rocks and all those things. So I really like, I can always remember just like having a collection, you know, of rocks and going out and finding crystals, or thinking about like going mining and things like that. It, like really intrigued me. So I can remember really wanting to do that as a kid, but as I got into like junior high and stuff, I kind of like lost interest in that. But funny story, I still have my rock collection and all those things, little things cool. Like that. I still have like, still like getting stuff for the girls now, like buying them like cool, like crystals or something like that. I think I just like the fact of like going mining and like going out and like, just like finding like these natural things that the earth created and things like that. I think there's like, it's kind of peaceful, you know? And not only that, but it's rewarding and beautiful. So, and I was, you know, growing up in the mountains, there's those types of things. So
yeah, I don't
know. It really intrigued me as a kid. It was kind of like treasure hunting almost in a way. Which is funny now because like I've seen YouTubers that are huge and that's what they go out and do. They go out and they dig for crystals and stuff like that. I'm like, I could have done YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
You know,
I mean, we're doing it now.
Till this day, I even thinking about it right now, I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be so sick to go mining. Just like go look for gold for a day or whatever. Like
prospect, dude. That's cool.
So
I didn't know that about you.
Yep.
I'm glad I asked that question.
Yep.
Would you consider yourself an introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert for sure. I like people. I love people. You know me, I feed off of friendship. I feed off of, like you were saying, memories. I always want people to be involved. I always want to be seeing friends. I want to be doing things. I do like my extrovert moments sometimes if I just need to relax and just kind of like veg out sometimes. But even after I do so, it's never like worth it to me. It's always like, man, I wish I would have, like you were saying, made a memory today, had a laugh with a friend, spent time with family. I cherish that. So extrovert for sure.
Wow. Okay, a good answer. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, what would it be? Or what is your favorite animal?
Oh gosh, that's hard. I never thought about that. I mean, I love dogs, obviously. So dog's gonna be my favorite animal. But if I could be an animal, it would have to be something either swims or flies.
Oh, why?
Living in the ocean would be kind of cool, and swimming. Living underwater would be kind of cool, breathing underwater. So I'd probably have to go with just like dolphin because they're the smartest.
Yeah.
And they got speed and they can do tricks and all those things. So it's probably like the coolest thing in the ocean. I like that. Or something that flies. I'd probably want to be just like a dope bird, like a bald eagle or something. They're fast, they're beautiful, and you get to fly. And they live in the mountains usually. So
that's a good answer. I didn't think about like a sea animal. If money wasn't a factor, what would you do with your time?
If money wasn't a factor, let's see. Gosh, create memories, man. Like hang out with people. I would have a lot of hobbies. My day-to-day would probably just be like waking up in an awesome house. I'd probably go to the gym. I would, I mean, just live it out, man. I would want to keep myself busy. I do love coffee, so I'd probably like home roast and all those things and help people and, hang out, do church still, and I don't know, just make memories, man.
That's a good one.
If money wasn't a factor, I would. It's hard. By myself, I would travel. Easy. I would travel the whole world. I would go around and just experience it all. But with a family, like now, like if you take my life right now and money wasn't a thing, then I don't know. Maybe travel with my family. Yeah. It's a hard question. So
it is a hard one.
Yep.
Here's one that I made up myself. Granted, Colton brought out a lot of good questions, so I was like, all right, I gotta snapshot some of the ones. When I brought my one that I said myself, what is the what's the best thing about being a dad in your opinion?
Best part about being a dad is when you see, especially having girls, because I only have girls, so I don't know what it's like to have a son, but just being like a girl dad, and just seeing the way that they like cherish you and look up to you, I think that's the most special thing. I love when all they want is like my attention and just want to play with me. And I love that I can just like be funny, like, and just be there for them. I think that's the funnest part about being a dad, or best part about being a dad is just being there, being present, and knowing that's like kind of all they need. I love that about being a dad.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
I love being a dad.
Even though I'm stressed out like right now because it's just hard, them growing up and stuff. But when things are good, they're getting along, and we can just focus on like building our relationship. That's the coolest part. Yeah, it's just like having fun together.
Here's another one I got for you.
Yep.
Relating to our coffee expertise and coffee experience, would you rather own a coffee farm or a coffee shop?
That's hard. I don't know anything what it's like to have a coffee farm. So, oh man, I'm going to just say coffee farm. that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool to be a coffee farmer and just to live on a farm and to learn it and to have good people you work with and have animals, have land. Oh, that would be rad. That's cool. Different. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
If that was an easy option, definitely I would pick a coffee farm over owning a coffee shop.
Yeah. I would say probably less stressful, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
Most embarrassing memory. I don't know if this is the most embarrassing, but this is just automatically what I thought about when you said it. There was one time in grade school, in elementary school. I don't know what grade we were in, but it was pretty young. This one time we played a game in PE, and the game was like you had 10 people stand in front of like everybody else, and then you went behind a screen or a wall. You changed one thing about yourself, and then you came back out in front of everybody, and then everybody had to guess like what was different about you. And so I'm standing in front of everybody, and one of my best friends at the time, still tell. I'm gonna blast him right now.
Do it.
I won't blast him, but my buddy was like, okay, what's different about Colton? He was like, your zipper's down. And I was, really? I don't know why I remember this because it was so embarrassing, but I got him so embarrassed. I got so mad at him.
Were kids laughing?
My zipper was down, and that was not the intentions. But as a kid, that was the most embarrassing moment. I remember I was so mad.
What was different about you? What was the thing that you did? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
So that ingrained it.
I don't remember anything, even about the day, the time, anything. Just I remember that memory.
Zipper's down.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing in front of like a whole class.
That's a good one. What is your favorite music and why?
Let's see. I wouldn't really call myself like a big, like, I'm not really into music that much, you know? It's rare when I do.
Yeah.
Listen to music. I like Christian rap a lot. There's a lot of Christian artists that I have came to love, and like Lecrae or Andy Mineo, any of those guys in the 116 clique. Those guys are awesome. I love their music. Cool. I think they're doing good work. So I like that Christian rap a lot, the artists. Outside of that, I do like country, like new age country in the background. Like if I'm working or something or just hanging out at home, I do like new age, like Nico Moon type of music. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. Country. We listen to country. This is a two-parter. If you won the lottery,
yep,
would you keep it quiet, or would you tell a lot of people about? Would you like have it public?
I would completely hide it and live like a still minimalistic life, but I would bless a ton of people, just like here and there, and I probably wouldn't want them to know about it. I would love that. I wouldn't buy a big house, bunch of cars, all this stuff. I would just have really good things, like a good setup. But I would also hook a bunch of people up, especially like my friends and family. Take care of their struggles for sure. Share the love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you still, and this is the second part, would you still work at what you're doing, or would you pursue something else?
I probably think at that point you wouldn't need to work. I probably wouldn't work. But I don't know, that's hard to say because I do love my job. I do love what we're doing. So maybe just like, maybe have it more be like a hobby thing that I help out with. But yeah, I don't think you'd have to worry about work.
No.
So I would just do things to keep me busy, you know? So.
Yeah. Another question I had, one of my own. What was the best thing that you've ever eaten? And when was it? Who was it with? Or was it by yourself?
I think that's a pass because I just couldn't tell you. I mean, I love my mom's food. Like everything she cooks is brilliant. I love it. Her breakfasts, her casseroles, her desserts, her Thanksgivings are probably like my favorite meals, and sharing it with everybody. She makes like everything and more. And it's all delicious. Yeah. But then again, I've had so many good meals everywhere, so that's hard to answer. But go to my mom's cooking. anything she cooks. That's like my favorite.
It's a great answer.
Yeah.
Always got to go to mama's cooking.
Yeah.
Do you think, now this is a kind of a piggyback to that one.
Yep.
Do you think that your kids will say that about your cooking or Brittany's cooking when they're older?
I hope so. My cooking, I'm more the cook of the family. So I hope that like me and the girls are already making memories of like having toast and eggs in the morning and you know, there's random things that I cook and they're like, oh, it's so good. Or like steak or something like that. So hopefully they know me as like my dad's best cook.
Yeah.
You know, so I would think so. I would hope so.
Good.
It's going to either be that or they're going to remember my mom's cooking, you know, so because her cooking definitely trumps mine. So,
yeah. Who is the most influential person in your life and how did they impact you?
Most influential, my mom. Again, my mom's running the show right now because I mean, she has just always been the backbone of everything we do. People that don't know my story, my parents got divorced when I was around 10. My mom picked up the slack. My dad kind of just left the picture. He didn't help out financially. He didn't support us in any way. So just watching my mom buckle down at one point, and she was even working 7 jobs, cooking every meal still. She always had food on the table. My mom, for sure. Hardest worker I know. She never even complained. She wasn't like a moody mom. She just was mom, you know? She was there. She was somehow present, you know, like always. It's not like we had deep conversations about things all the time, but she always made sure we were good, that we were safe, that we were provided for, that we had a warm house, that we had anything that we needed to survive. So even till this day, she kills it. Even now she's like taking care of grandkids the way she took care of us. So just seeing a woman do that by herself without any support behind her, not even any close friends that would help her out. Yeah, she had some little help here and there, but my mom always took care of everything and never complained about it. Yeah. So until this day, she'll be like, I'm sorry I wasn't like there enough for you guys and all those things. I'm like, Mom, I don't ever want you to say sorry out of your mouth. Like, I owe you my life. Like, so that's how I feel. My mom's definitely the most influential person.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
If you could tell yourself, this is one of mine. If you could tell yourself your younger you something, what would it be? If you could travel in the past and tell yourself, your younger self something, what would it be?
I would tell myself to spend my time more wisely. Yeah. Probably to focus more on school and things like that rather than, you know, just wanting to have fun all the time. Yeah, I would tell myself like to, gosh, that's hard because I'm trying to think of like how I'd want to change like my future. But yeah, really like, cause I'm not a quick learner, unless it's hands-on work, but if it's like book work or if it's things like that, I really struggle. So I'd probably just set myself up for success in that way. I'm street smart and all those things, but when it comes to like books and when it comes to education, things like that, I really struggle there. So I'll just tell myself to, you know, focus more, rather than, you know, wasting my time.
How would you, this is the second part of that, how would your younger self respond to you think?
To me now, like looking at myself?
Looking at yourself and like saying, like, take yourself to your past self, take it back to your past self, and you see you in front of you. How do you think your younger self would respond to you?
I think I'd be pretty stoked. Because there was a time I didn't think I was going to make it till 30. I always thought I was going to die before 30. No, I really did. I just didn't see life past 30. I didn't even see myself married and with kids. So I think that I'd be stoked to see me in a job that I love, me married with a wife that I love, and 2 girls that are beautiful, and just where I'm at and what I'm doing. I think I'd be pretty stoked. Not because I never really thought I would get here, you know. Not saying I made it, you know, to the finish line, but I'm pretty happy where I'm at, where I've come, and the values that I have. And I have good friends like yourself and good family. And I think I'd probably cry as a kid because I just probably wouldn't think that I was going to make it there. So I'd be proud, be stoked, be excited for the future. But also, you know, it'd motivate me to do better and start younger. So
it's a great answer.
Yeah.
Makes me cry. Makes me want to cry. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
Misunderstand. Let's see. Oh, for sure. So sometimes I'll get like angry and like super anal about stuff, just like the way that they should be and like standards. I think people might misunderstand that as I'm just an angry person rather than I just really care about how things are and how they're organized and how they're put together, and planning and things like that. A little like OCD-ish, you know? But I just want things to be the best that they can be, rather than being unorganized and uncontrolled. I think people probably see that side of me, especially when you get to know me. You're probably like, that guy's like super anal about things or like super just mad. It's like, no, yeah, I might be a little mad about some things, but I have a certain standard, you know, and I have a certain way I want my life to be. So yeah, probably that. If that makes sense. Does that answer the question correctly?
Yeah, perfectly. You just don't seem so angry to me.
Yeah, get to know me more.
You don't know me.
No, I'm not saying like I'm angry all the time. I'm just saying like if I'm doing things like around the house or if I'm trying to organize an event or if I'm like even late for something, you know, it's I can get stir crazy. I'm like, no. So it's just like where some people they'd probably be like, whatever, I don't care, like that's what it is. It's like I'm more like, all right, come on, let's go. Like things need to be more organized, put together. So just things like that.
This is a hard one. This is one of mine. If somebody asks Brittany about you and if she described you, what do you think she would say?
That's hard.
It's a very hard one.
Let's see. I probably have to pass on that one.
Okay, so I figured that because I would probably do the same. I'm gonna reverse it. If somebody asked you about Brittany, how would you describe Brittany if they didn't know her?
I would describe her as like pure-minded and motivated and strong. Yeah, because and it's like one of the things I fell in love about her, like one of the first things I fell in love with her about is the way she sees people. She sees like nothing but the good in people. And she saw it in me, you know? So, I would describe her just as loving and supportive. And yeah, just pure-minded too. Like she always just like wants things to be right and good and for like people to love. Like I'll bring spirituality in here. Like she just wants people to like be like Jesus and be on that level to where he loved and to just live in that way. And like she just wants to be that, you know? So it's like be like Jesus, you know, like that's what she kind of is and lives by. And she wants people to do the same. And that's it. So just loving, I think. Loving is like such a good word for her because she does love on people so hard. Like even when people don't deserve it, like she just does. Where I'm like, screw you. You know, she's more like, she just does it. Even though like she's really good at sucking it up, like her feelings and just like loving people through, you know? So loving, even that's her, even her as a mom, you know, like, and a wife. Like even when I'm being a punk and I just don't deserve her love or even deserve her support, she loves me through it. Yeah, she might get upset with me, but it's never like she's like condemning. or tries to like wreck me through it, and then the girl's like, she has every like means to be upset or to be flustered or to be like overwhelmed by being a mom, because the girls are just all over her all the time, and like things they say to her, you know, it's like she doesn't deserve it, you know, it's like, but she keeps her cool. She loves them through it, and I do not. Like, I'm more like, hey, knock it off. She's more like just super gentle and loving. So yeah, loving is how I would probably, what I would say about her if it was like one word.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. What is the most significant turning point in your life, you think, if you could choose one?
My becoming a Christian when I was 21, 22, that was a huge turning point. I got rid of a lot of the old ways I used to live, and I totally transformed the way that I started living, the values that I had, the way that I treat my body, my mind, all those things. That was a huge shift. For sure, that's probably the biggest. And then my second wave shifting is getting this job. Because everything kind of came together, and I could kind of just like do everything I think I was kind of made to do here. As to be a leader, as to be a friend, as to be a provider for my family, as to be an honoring employee to a business. I can kind of showcase my skills, my skills and all those things. So those are two huge turning points in my life, for sure. But yeah, after, you know, having my friend that led me to the Lord and all those things, that's the biggest for sure. He helped me through a lot. We bonded as brothers, and I totally changed the way I started living. It's funny because my wife always, I'll tell my testimony to some people sometimes. I haven't even told you my testimony. It's pretty gnarly. So maybe off camera I can tell it to you sometime. It's pretty deep. But it's funny.
Could you, for people that don't know, what is a testimony?
A testimony is how you came to the Lord.
Oh, okay.
So your life before you, it can even be after, because obviously you struggle for stuff afterwards and the rest of your life. But your testimony is everything before you gave your life to Christ. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But it's funny because when I do tell my testimony, I use a reference on kind of like how my life transformed a little bit. Yeah. I always say I met Jesus and I pulled up my pants. And it sounds so weird, but I used to sag pretty heavy. Like I used to wear like 2X tall tees, and I would sag below my butt. Like had that total like Ryan Sheckler like classic look. Like I was like, I just called it gangster, you know, like that's what I was going for. I would always have like New Era hats. I would have like something like double layered shirts.
I had no
sag
idea
my pants. My shoelaces would always match my hat. Like that's the style I had. No way. Somehow I got best dressed in my senior class for it, but you know, I just was like, I don't know. It's just funny. I was like a little skater, you know. No way. Just kind of had that style. But I say that because I was like, yeah, I met Jesus and I pulled up my pants. Because I did. That was one of the first things I got convicted about. I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I dressing like this? So I like changed the way, like I started dressing more proper, and like I grew up a little bit, you know. So, but as a kid, I thought it was a dope. Like from 7th grade on to that time, I thought it was like the dopest, like my style and everything. You just don't see it.
That's so funny. So, I can never see you like that. Yeah. Not ever in my life.
Yeah, I'll show you some pictures, dude. Yeah. Me and my friend group were just all like little punks. I love it though. I love thinking back and just like looking at pictures, how we were all dressed, just these kids like in all baggy clothes, just thinking we're all thug. And it's like, no, it's just a bunch of little mountain kids, like little skiers and snowboarders running around. So.
What would you say, what age you were doing that at? Like, what was the turning point? What age were you?
When I stopped dressing like that, I was around 21.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was college, so that's around that time.
Funny. God, yeah. I can't wait to see this. What's something people would be surprised to know about you?
Surprised to know. I feel like you could answer this question better. I feel like someone could answer this question better than I could.
I can't answer this question.
I don't know.
You're a man of many talents, secret talents. Like, I've seen you like hacky sack some stuff before. your finger grip strength is like crazy.
Yeah, I'm very I'm very good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sports wise.
Yeah. You're just like, you have good hand-eye coordination, or you have like, you're just like naturally gifted and like skilled, like physically wise.
Yeah.
I think that would be the most surprising thing. Not that like, not that it's a shocker, but like there's so many little quirks and things that like, oh dang, he's good at that. I didn't know that. Yeah. Even like dancing. I think you're like good at dancing. You were like crip walking today. I was like, what the heck?
So that comes along with the way I used to dress. I used to watch crip walking videos, and I learned how to crip walk. And I was also known as the dancer. Like when I would go to parties and stuff, I was doing all the moves.
See?
Yep.
See? Yeah, I could see
that. Yeah, that's funny. Just because I'm good at dancing. I'm good at like pretty much any sport you can. I'm good at like hand-eye coordination stuff. And then what would be more surprising, I guess, because people be like, oh yeah, he's athletic. Yeah, he's good at everything. What would be more surprising is I'm very artistic. I've been taking art since I was in like 4th grade. I have very good like calligraphy. I could draw like anything, so that'd probably be more surprising. So that's it.
Yeah, you are a good artist. You're just many talents. Here's the last two, and it's kind of like a two-parter thing, or they kind of go one and the same. And I'll do the one that I think I might go negative first, but I don't think so.
Yep.
Do you have any regrets in life?
Many.
Any ones that stick out to you, or ones that you would like to share?
What's one I would like to share? Almost, maybe not. No regrets.
No regrets.
There's stuff I wish I didn't do. There's things that I probably, like ways I didn't act in certain situations. There's probably some things that I could have been more mature in. I could have honored people better. I could have spent my time more wisely. There's lots of little things like that. Nothing specifically, especially things I'd like to share. But just the way I act, maybe treated people. I could probably would go back in time and close my mouth maybe. Thinking about some moments that I would change, but I won't share them. And then a lot to do with my temper too. I would go back and just, it's not worth it, you know?
Yeah, meditation, little yoga.
And was there a part 2 on that question?
Yeah, so forgetting all your regrets, living in now, or maybe in the future, what excites you most about your future, where it's going, career-wise, family-wise, anything?
Yeah, I'm excited for the future a lot. Career-wise, we've shared many times, we've already seen the growth of this place and the way it's transformed, and getting more sides to the building and more coffee roasting and new avenues like the stuff that you're building, things like that. I think we haven't even scratched the surface. I think this is all going to be a pastime of just like, dang, we used to do that type of thing. I'm very excited to where this place is going. I've signed up for this being my place of retirement. As of now, you never know what can happen, but as of now, this is the place. So I'm very excited just to see where it will go, how it will continue to just provide for me and my family. It seems like, even when I start struggling, it just happens, and I think it's just because I honor Brian and his company well. We built a good team around me, and so I'm excited to see where we're going to take this as a team, and to share it with you guys. I think that's really cool and special. So very excited to see where it takes us. For my family, I'm very excited to provide just a better life than I had. Not saying I had a bad life like you were saying earlier, but just to flourish more, to take everything that I was blessed in and to just put blessings on top of that for my kids, just to lay that new foundation. So I'm really excited to just see my family just bloom and to watch my girls grow and to get good at things and to learn my talents, to learn, their mom's talents, and to learn our hearts, and to take the best things that we have to offer and to let those things just grow into something that we don't even see capable. I want my kids to talk about the way that I'm talking right now. I want them to say, yeah, my life, it was great, and my parents are great. My life was great, but I'm taking my life to the next new level. So that's like goals right there. Have it be physical things, have it be school, education, money, spirituality, their relationship with God, like just seeing what they're going to do for this world, for things like that. So yeah, I'm excited about it. There are some things that I need to push, and I'm always going to have to push. Like, I want my girls to do sports, and I probably should be making more of an effort to get them into it and get them, ready. But, those things that will come. I do have a passion for it. So there's always going to be things like that are going to be nagging at me, but I believe it'll happen, So I'm excited for work, for family, and most of all, to share my life, my family, and like you were saying, make memories with friends and family. Yeah. So bring everybody in with it, and just make those core memories like you were saying. I think that is freaking awesome. So that's the goal. I'm excited. And I'm excited for season 2 of Grind Culture Podcast.
Season 2. So yeah, well, again, thank you for sharing, being so vulnerable in this Q&A. Going into it, I was very excited about like doing this kind of episode, Yep. There's a lot of things that I did learn about you, which is what I wanted to really take out of this episode, is learning more about Colton. There's a lot of things that I didn't know that I think I have a better understanding of you now. But yeah, I just love these episodes. I love hearing about you, or hearing just how we interact with each other. Yeah. Some differences that we have, some differences that we may not have. Yeah, it's always cool to open yourself up to other people, especially people that like you're always around or that you care about. Right. I think it's important. That's another thing that's important. Not only for like we have the liberty of having a podcast, so we could exercise these things. Yeah. But some people don't. Right. And they should do that. They should find somebody that they could do this with, even just sit down, go to a coffee shop with, and shoot the shit with,
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. And it's healthy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But thank you again, guys, for tuning in to 2 of these special episodes. I'll be dropping my Q&A and then Colton's Q&A separately. But again, thank you, and we'll try to get in a couple episodes more before the year ends. If not, we'll see you in season 2. But I don't think that's likely. I think
we'll get a few more out there. Yeah, heck yeah.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.